Good morning. It's Monday, November 4th. I'm Karen Hamstra, and welcome to Title Talk. First of all, I'd like to let you know that since it's a new month, we have a new edition of Book Page available. And this month's featured author is Erin Morgenstern. If that name sounds vaguely familiar to you, that is because she wrote the incredible bestseller from a few years ago of it's called The Night Circus. And now she returns with another book it's the story of a long lost library book. And I've mentioned it on here, so I hope that some of you put holds on it. And I'm going to flip through here and tell you what the name of it is. Here we go. The new book is called The Starless Sea by Erin Morgenstern, A Storyteller's Delight. So these free magazines are located right on top of the new fiction collection. If you walk in the front door of the library into the main area of the library, just walk straight ahead and you will run directly into the shelf where Book Page is kept. Now, having said that, I have some new books to show you. Surprise, surprise. New fiction. First of all, The Bodies in the Library, keeping with our little library book theme here. This is by Marty Wingate, and as you might have guessed, this is a mystery. Takes place in Great Britain, and a new young woman has been hired as the curator of Lady Georgiana Fowling's first edition library. I read 5 days worth of excerpts from the beginning of this book on one of our chapter a day Dear Reader online book clubs, and it got off to a good start. So I think you might enjoy The Bodies in the Library by Marty Wingate. If you're not familiar with our free online book clubs, look on our website for details on how to sign up. They are a great way to get recommendations and find new authors that you might enjoy reading their books. 25 Days Till Christmas by Poppy Alexander. This is a Christmas novel. It's about Kate Thompson. Her husband went off to serve in the Army and never came home. She doesn't feel like celebrating Christmas, but she has a young son and she knows that he needs a Christmas to remember. And of course, as you might guess, she meets a man, and their paths, as they cross, they get together and celebrate Christmas. So if you like Hallmark Christmas movies and all those kinds of things, you would probably enjoy Poppy Alexander's 25 Days Till Christmas. Then we have one by Jane Kirkpatrick, One More River to Cross. And this is a Christian book about the Donner Party back in 1844. Well, I take it back. It's 2 years before the Donner Party. The Stevens Murphy Townsend Company leaves Missouri to be the first wagons into California through the Sierra Nevada. Things go well until October, when a fierce mountain snowstorm forces difficult decisions on their part. So kind of a parallel novel to what the Donner Party experienced. Lynn Truss has a fiction book out, The Man That Got Away. If her name sounds familiar, that's because she wrote A Shot in the Dark, which was her previous mystery novel, and before that she wrote the nonfiction bestseller Eat, Shoots, and Leaves, which, if you enjoy punctuation, that was just a hilarious book. So she is a well-known author, a well-known good author. She writes well. Try The Man That Got Away. And then we have an interesting book by Kevin Wilson, Nothing to See Here. He previously wrote The Family Fang, Perfect Little World, and Baby You're Gonna Be Mine. This book is about two former college roommates, I believe it is, a boarding school, not necessarily college. One of them gets married and has twins. She calls her former roommate and begs her to come help because these twins have the habit of spontaneously combusting. Everything just goes up in flames, but they return to their normal selves when things cool off. And it is the story of the relationship between their new nanny, Lillian, and these twins and her former best friend, and they all decide eventually that they really need each other, and great relationships are formed, according to the blurb. Charles Todd, A Cruel Deception. This is a new one in the Bess Crawford mystery series. If you read this series, get down here and get this book. It has no holds on it, or at least it didn't as of late last week when I put a hold on it to show it to you. I'm not going to begin to try to describe it to you. It takes place between the armistice and the formal end of World War I, and it just continues the entire story that you have enjoyed reading. Alexander McCall Smith, To the Land of Long Lost Friends. This is the newest one in the #1 Ladies Detective Agency series. If you read these books, you'll want to get your name on the list because you know you love these. These are just nice laid-back books that take place in Botswana and contain a little bit of mystery and just a lot of social commentary and insight into the lives of the people of Botswana. I just love those books. Then I have 3 new nonfiction books. This is the large print copy of The United States of Trump, How the President Really Sees America by Bill O'Reilly. We also have it in regular print. The large print one can be found at 973.933 ORE. And then there's a book called I Wanted Fries with That, How to Ask for What You Want and Get What You Really Need by Amy Fish. This is a book that will help you get through life happier, in a happier fashion when you're dealing with people. You know, you go to the restaurant and your order is wrong. What is the best way to handle that? You don't need to feel guilty about speaking up for yourself, and this book will help you to achieve that if you have problems with that kind of thing. 158.2 FIS. I wanted fries with that. And then these are ever popular kinds of books at our library. This is The Beginner's Guide to Do-It-Yourself Home Repair, Essential DIY Techniques for the First Timer. So maybe you're a new homeowner and you need some tips on how to do things. This is the book for you. It can be found at 643.7 BEH because the author's last name is Joe Bahari. 643.7. It will be on the new bookshelf for now, so it will be easy to find. Well, I hope that gives you some ideas on what you might read this week. Come down to the library and check out some of these books. See you next week.